Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ways to Learn English. I'm Alex, and if you're listening right now, maybe you're walking, maybe you're resting, or maybe you just needed a calm voice in your day. Wherever you are, I'm really glad you're here.
Hi everyone, I'm Lena. And today's topic feels personal because it's something we all struggle with at some point.
Yes, today we're talking about something quiet but powerful. We're talking about learning to trust yourself.
That sounds simple, but it's not simple at all.
Lena, when was the last time you doubted yourself?
Honestly, this week, at work I had to give a small presentation, nothing dramatic, just 10 minutes. But before it started, I kept thinking, what if I forget what I want to say? What if I sound nervous? What if people think I'm not prepared?
That inner voice can be loud.
Very loud. And the strange thing is, I prepared, I practiced, but I still didn't trust myself.
Did something happen that changed that?
Yes, after the presentation, one of my coworkers came to me and said, "You explain things clearly, you should speak more often in meetings." And I felt surprised, because that's not what my mind was telling me.
It's interesting how sometimes other people see us more clearly than we see ourselves. I remember something from when I was younger. I wanted to try something new, something outside my comfort zone. But I kept saying, I'm not ready.
Right.
My father listened quietly and said, you don't become ready first. You become ready by doing. At the time, I didn't fully understand, but now I realize, trusting yourself isn't about certainty. It's about willingness.
That reminds me of when my younger cousin learned to ride a bicycle. She kept saying, "I'm going to fall."
Yeah.
And my aunt said, "Maybe, but you'll also learn." She fell twice. Then she rode across the street smiling.
Let's pause for a second. There's an expression we've used a few times already. Outside my comfort zone.
Yes, I like that one. What exactly does it mean?
Your comfort zone is a situation where you feel safe and confident. When you step outside your comfort zone, you do something that feels unfamiliar or slightly scary. For example, speaking English in public is outside my comfort zone. It doesn't mean impossible. It means uncomfortable.
That's important. Uncomfortable doesn't mean incapable.
Exactly. And learning to trust yourself often means being willing to feel uncomfortable.
Can I be honest? Sometimes when we record this podcast, I worry.
About what?
I worry that I'm not improving fast enough, that maybe listeners expect something more polished, or that I'll make mistakes.
That's real. And I think listeners appreciate honesty more than perfection. I also doubt myself sometimes. Before we release an episode, I sometimes think, is this meaningful enough? Is this conversation natural enough?
Really?
Yes. Trusting yourself doesn't mean you stop doubting. It means you move forward even with doubt. Let's slow down for a moment. If you're listening right now, think about something you've been avoiding, something small. Maybe speaking more English in conversation. Maybe applying for a new job. Maybe sending a message you've been thinking about. Ask yourself, am I avoiding it because I truly can't do it, or because I'm afraid I might fail? There's a difference. Failure is an event. Lack of trust is a belief, and beliefs can change.
I have a friend from university. When we met, she barely spoke during group projects. She was intelligent, everyone knew that, but she stayed quiet. Years later, I saw her again at a conference. She was leading a workshop. Confident, follow me. Afterward, I asked her, "What changed?" She said, "Nothing changed overnight. I just stopped waiting to feel ready." That sentence stayed with me.
That's powerful. She didn't become fearless, she just stopped waiting for fear to disappear. Fear says, what if I fail? Trust says, what if I grow? Fear focuses on the worst possible outcome. Trust focuses on possibility. And most of the time, growth doesn't feel dramatic. It feels small, like choosing to speak one more sentence, like raising your hand once, like pressing publish, even when you're unsure.
Trust is quiet. It's not loud confidence. It's a small voice that says, "Try."
Now let's practice some natural phrases connected to change and growth. Repeat after me. I don't have to be perfect.
I don't have to be perfect.
I can learn as I go.
I can learn as I go.
I trust myself to improve.
I trust myself to improve.
In the next part of this episode, we'll talk about something important. What happens when trusting yourself disappoints someone else? Because sometimes, trusting your own decision means someone may not agree with you.
And that can be even harder than fear.
Exactly. But for now, take a deep breath. Trust isn't built in one day. It's built in small moments. We'll continue this conversation in part 2. And remember, you can learn English.
One conversation at a time.
Welcome back. In part 1, we talked about why translating in your head slows you down and how thinking in English can make you sound more natural and confident. Now we're going deeper.
I actually tried something after we recorded part 1.
Oh, really? What did you try?
I tried thinking in English while making coffee this morning. It felt strange at first. I kept switching back to my native language without noticing.
That's completely normal. Your brain has used one language for years. It won't switch in one day.
So, how do we make it easier? Because sometimes I don't even notice what language I'm thinking in.
Good question. Start with specific daily triggers. For example, every time you open a door, think one sentence in English. Every time you look at your phone, think one sentence in English. Small actions become reminders.
Oh, I like that. So it's not about forcing English all day. It's about attaching English to moments.
Exactly. You're not replacing your language. You're adding English into your life.
Sometimes I feel like my English thoughts are too simple, like, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I don't want to go. It feels childish.
That's one of the biggest misunderstandings. Simple English is natural English. Native speakers use simple sentences constantly.
That makes sense.
Fluency isn't about complexity. It's about comfort.
So instead of trying to think something complicated like, I am experiencing a moderate level of exhaustion, I can just think, I'm so tired.
Exactly. And guess which one sounds more natural?
Definitely the simple one.
Let's try something together. You missed the bus. Pause. What's your first thought in English?
Oh no, I'm late.
Perfect. Short. Real. Natural. That's thinking in English.
So the goal isn't perfect grammar?
No. The goal is immediate reaction. Speed before perfection.
What about students who say, my level isn't high enough to think in English?
If you can say basic sentences, you can think in English. Start small. I'm cold. This is interesting. I don't like this. Your thoughts don't need to impress anyone. They just need to be honest.
Okay, give us one practical habit, something simple.
5 minutes a day. Talk to yourself out loud. Describe your environment. I'm walking to work. The sky is cloudy. I need to send that email. No script. No pressure. Just production.
It might feel awkward.
It will feel awkward. That's growth. Awkward is progress.
I like this idea. It feels gentle, not stressful.
That's the point. Thinking in English isn't dramatic. It's quiet. Small thoughts. Repeated daily. And one day you realize you're not translating anymore. You're just speaking. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for being here with us.
And thank you for continuing, even when progress feels slow.
See you in the next episode. And feel free to listen to our earlier episodes too.